The Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Hope you're having a great day, a great morning, and you're ready for a great weekend because that's what it's all about. Just when you thought it was safe, we're back again, folks. Ocean's Pit, Monday through Friday at noon. A little lunchtime fun, the little show about big things. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and thank you. Give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show, folks. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, but mostly it's dedicated to people like you who take the time and watch the show. We're having a lot of fun, and it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. That's right. So it's showtime. Let's go to work. Thank you, Dino Manzella from Seventh Heaven. It's Ocean's Pit. Today is Friday. That's right, May 10th. And it's going to be a beautiful day and a beautiful weekend. So I hope you guys are going out and supporting local establishments, live entertainment, buying local and shopping local. It is a great day today. Let's get right to our sponsors. Speaking of buying and shopping local, how about our good friends of Ace Hardware? Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Norridge, Plains, Evergreen Park, Warrenville, and Mesa, Arizona. You know they're always taking care of the neighborhood, Ace. And they just teamed up with the Tony Ocean Show and Ocean's Pit and the Almost Home Foundation for Dogs. Now, you know how much I love that organization? How about a chance for you guys to win a Weber 210 Series Spirit Grill with all the accessories? It's very simple. It's very easy. And I want you all to see if you want to take part in it, especially now that spring is here and summer is here. You're going to be barbecuing. You're going to be going out. How about a chance to win it? A Weber Spirit 210 grill with all the accessories. It's very simple. Here's what you have to do. You take $5. That's right. We need to buy a $5 raffle. Very simple. Now, you can either go to the Ace Hardware store and do it, or you can even show up that day when we do our live remote Thursday, May 24th. Me and Laura Ocean on that Thursday at the end of the hour, we'll be giving you the chance to who's going to win this great grill. Or you go right to the bottom of the page. Read what it says. You go right to call my wife's number, Laura, and that's 847-370-3370, and Zelle her $5. It's that simple. And you can Zelle as many times as you want. Make sure you put your name in there. And then we're going to have the drawing, folks, on Thursday, May 23rd. We're going to be at the Norwich location, Ace Hardware. At the end of the hour, we'll be pulling it out. Now, the best thing about this, folks, you don't have to be there to be present, but you do have to make arrangements to pick up the grill on your own. It's a $400 value, folks. That's right. It's a Weber Spirit 210 Series grill. Very simple. Do it. Get yourself a brand new one. And not only are you helping the Tony Ocean Show and Ocean's Pit, but you're helping the dogs of the Almost Home Foundation for Dogs. And you're helping Ace Hardware. So I hope you guys can do that. Our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. They've been helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. And let's go right to my good friend Mary Grievous for all you real estate guys and gals out there looking to buy and sell in your home. Why not start with Mary Grievous, the perfect real estate professional? Whether you're putting your home on the market, looking for your dream home, give her a call today. She's available to assist buyers, sellers for sale by owners, expired listings. Mary Grievous, Berkshire Hathaway Stark Real Estate. All you need to do is call Mary at 630-688-1725 or go right to mgrievous@starkre.com. Mary can take care of all your real estate needs. And now let's not forget, folks, that Mary also books the NTD vacations. And you know it's coming up March. That's what I love to say it. But you know it's coming up March 22nd through March 30th. Now, I know it's a year away. Oh, March is that far. It's not that far, folks, if you think about it. It's Chicago Music Cruise. the Chicago Music Cruise 2025. It's going to be fantastic. You know, we just did one in January. It was a big success. And we want you all to jump on the wagon and come out and join us on this incredible cruise. Chicago Music Cruise 2025. It's the Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, the oasis of the seas. And it's going to be great. We're going to start off in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, folks. We're going to go to Carousel. Then we're going to go to Aruba. And then we're going to end up at Coco Key, Bahamas. Aruba alone is worth the price of coming on this cruise. Great food, great stops, great fun, great ports. It's going to be good. And of course, you're going to need some great music. Well, I got you, folks. We got you with Tony Ocean and the Main Event Band, Danny Ramundi, Tony Toto, and Jerry Jams. Ron Starr will be doing some songs with us as well. And let's not forget Mojo's Jukebox, doing a little rock and roll old school. Number one country band, Hillbilly Rock Stars, will be joining us. And the ringleaders himself, Seventh Heaven. All of us, 8 days, baby. 8 days on Ocean with the Ocean. That's March 22nd to March 30th. Go to ChicagoMusicCruise.com and tell them Tony O sent ya. All right, so this is good. Let's see who's watching. Karen, how you doing? Well, happy Mother's Day coming up on Sunday to all the mothers out there. Go Rangers is right, as they won again 3-2 yesterday against the Hurricanes. It's just great. My Rangers, my Knicks, everybody's doing good. Nina, how you doing? Joanne, go Rangers. Oh, you guys are wonderful. Thank you guys for watching. It's a beautiful day on Friday, so I'm surprised you guys are actually sitting here. But I want to thank everybody yesterday that showed up to Big Sammy's in Plainfield. What a great restaurant, great food. It was a great turnout. I want to thank everybody that showed up. Danny Nozak and Dina celebrating 25 years. It was great seeing Carol Brandolino for Twisted Tuesday was there. And she brought a bunch of people with her. I seen Bobby briefly in and out. I didn't get to see him for the rest of the night, but it was great seeing him, of course. And then I want to thank Carlo Joseph, my buddy, showing up. And some old friends I used to work with at a company called Electech before I became a full-time entertainer. My good buddy Mitch Kahn and Jack Surin from Plainfield, Illinois. Tony Donato from Elmwood Park. So Big Sammy had a great job. Jerry Jams, you did an incredible job, brother. And thank you, Ronnie, for singing some songs, too. So it was a good night. Now, tonight, folks, you got no plans. You want to come out to Chicago Prime Steakhouse in Schaumburg. Me and Double T will be there. That's an 8 o'clock hit. And then Saturday is Road Trip. Dick Sayed, say it again, with Alderman Dick Sayed from Des Plaines. We'll see you tonight, my good friend Dick. Now, tomorrow morning, we got a road trip. That's right. Tony Ocean is going to take on the road to St. Germain, Wisconsin. And you know how much I love out up north, but it's part business and part fun. So Saturday night, we're going to be at the Whitetail Inn. That's tomorrow in St. Germain, Wisconsin, for the event called Martinis in May, along with my good buddy, the Professor Daryl Armenstad and Sonia Hicks. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be martinis and booze and food, and it's going to be great. And then Sunday, we're getting up bright and early, me and Carlo, and we got a guide, and we're going fishing on the water with a professional guide. We are going to catch some fish, baby. That's right, catch some fish. So very, very cool. We got a nice 2 days to come up, folks. I hope you, Mark, how you doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Guys, if your company's out there looking for a publicist, well, I think there's only one guy that you need to go to, and you need to see my buddy, Bernie DeMayo. That's right, Bernie DeMayo, folks. Experience, creative, and smart. Bernie works for the Chicago White Sox, the Chicago Bulls, and he's been my publicist for years. The great Bernie DeMayo. Go to berniedemayo.com or give him a call at 312-217-5658. That's Bernie DeMayo. And then let's get right to my good friends from Deutsch Power Center. That's right, Deutsch Power Center. My good buddy Sal. They've been servicing the construction and diesel industry in Chicago for the last 100 years. That's Deutsch Power Center. Give Sal a call at 224-276-6550. And don't forget the Tony Ocean Cigars. My good buddy Javier Don Esteban Cigars out of Tarpon Springs, Florida. Hand rolled, delivered right to your home. As for the Tony Ocean specials, that's right, 727-366-7536. And let's not forget also Trico Hair Experts, recreating great hair days Anthony and Carmela from Rosemont, Illinois, 773-999-7888. All right, you're watching Ocean's Pit. It's Friday, May 10th. I'm excited. Mother's Day is going to be Sunday, folks. And since I won't be home, but I'm going to be taking me and Laura and my sister Tanya will be taking my mom next Monday. We're going to take her out for Mother's Day since I won't be here. And then Laura's got the kids coming here, so it'll be a lot of fun. So we want to wish you all a very happy Mother's Day. All the moms out there, thank you for everything that you mothers do for us. We really do appreciate it. Ellie Weinhardt is in the house. Ellie, great actress. How you doing, my dear friend? Hi, all. Happy Mother's Day to you, moms. Jeremy, thank you so much. Julie Jewel, there you go. Oh, I told her to go. She's not that far. Well, thank you, Julie, and congratulations on your anniversary, you and Randy. Many years that you guys are together. All right, guys. So, yeah, it was great. It was a lot of fun. And let's get to some good stuff we're talking about here. All right. Let me make sure I want to pray for anybody with the big tornadoes that happened over there in Nashville, Tennessee. A lot of tornadoes, and I hope everybody was safe out there. Very, very important. You know, it's that time of year. It's going to happen, and it's been happening. Even in Arkansas, there was a big tornado out there, too. So southern states out there, I just hope everything is good with that. It's very, very important. National Chocolate Cream Pie Day. That's not too bad, actually. Not too. National Orange Juice Day. Let's get these days out of the way. All right, very cool. How about this, folks? 40 years ago, Sir Bob Geldof, the lead singer of the band, the Boomtown Rats, started Band-Aid. Do You Know It's Christmas? A great song, and all the money went to Africa to take care of all those starving people up in the kids and everybody in Africa. And then, of course, that led to Live Aid 40 years ago, the Sir Bob Geldof. I remember watching that 40th anniversary and watching Live Aid. I remember it was on MTV, and they had great acts performing on all at the same time. So they would go from New York to Philadelphia to Chicago, whatever it was, boom, boom, boom. And it would be like the Stones and U2 and all the big bands at that time. And they raised a lot of money for a great, great cause, Live Aid. So that was very, very cool, folks. We got some interesting stuff here, folks. I come up with some facts here. First of all, congratulations to the New York Rangers winning and beating the Hurricanes yesterday 3-2. Now they're up 3-0 in the second round of the NHL hockey. Congratulations to the New York Rangers and congratulations to the New York Knicks. We're ready to play the Indiana Pacers again for Game 2. Michael Batt, that's right, tomorrow, Michael Batt from Golden Eagle Food Trucks will be in St. Charles. Big car show out there. And don't forget, you'll pick up Mama D's breads sold at Golden Eagle Food Trucks. You know, Natalie's been making his Mama D's breads, and you guys have been buying them. Now you can actually go to the food truck, buy a brat, buy a hot dog, and for a little dessert, you want Mama D's breads. So that's going to be in St. Charles Car Show. Go see Michael. Tell him Tony O sent you. It's a beautiful weekend we're going to be having. All right, let's get another thing, folks. 50 years ago today, if you remember watching Saturday Night Live, you remember, oh no, Mr. Bill. 50 years of Oh No, Mr. Bill. Ronnie B is in the house. How you doing, buddy? Albert from the Ron Onesti organization. That's right, Mr. Bill. 50 years ago, I remember Dan Aykroyd. Oh no, Mr. Bill, the little clay guy. You know, it's like 50 years. Now we're showing how old we are, because I haven't watched Saturday Night Live in years. But my God, I just imagine that. All right, couple things here. How about anybody can guess the oldest currency that's still being used today? Oldest currency. Is it the Japanese yen? Or the Chinese, or is it the British pound? And believe it or not, it's the British pound is the oldest working currency right there. England. You learn something new every day and a lot of useless information here on the Tony Ocean Show, Ocean's Pit. Okay, did you ever, sometimes we always mention of everything that kind of pisses you off and stuff like that. Danny Mazzy, what's up, my brother? The British pound is the oldest currency. But Danny Mazzy, I'm going to see you tonight, right? Because you're celebrating Robin's birthday up at Mezzy. I'm working at Prime, so I'm going to be able to stop by and see you and have a good time. My good friend Danny from Armando's Supermarkets. Buy local, shop local, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois. And let's not forget Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair. For all your collision auto repair needs, go to crashchampions.com. Mike and Gigi, tell them Tony O sent you. Patrice, how you doing, my dear friend? I hope you're doing well. All right, so we mentioned a couple things that kind of irk you or piss you off. Now, yesterday we got into the hot guy when you seen the postman with the shorts and the safari hat. It just that. But now, yeah, how about when you go into your favorite grocery store and they change it all around? And then you have to relearn where everything is, especially when you got a long list. Or if I go to a new place, because I usually go to Jewel, we go to Aldi, we'll go to different stops. I went to Tony's Finer Foods, the brand new one here in Elk Grove or Schaumburg. And I didn't know what anything was. So it probably takes you an extra hour because you have to go up and down every aisle to find what you can find. But I know when Walmart made a few changes here in Elk Grove, you walk in, you got your list, you're ready to go, and you know exactly where to go, and you walk in and they changed everything around. It's like, oh, but it used to be here. Where's the milk? It's like, oh, that irks me too. I'm sure about everybody probably goes through that. Patrice, former Honey Bear in the house, Chicago Bear, Honey Bear. How you doing, honey? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so I'm sure that happens to everybody, right? You walk into your favorite grocery store and they change it around. Our job is to keep your eyes hunting for many products as you can. Good one. And then when a new product comes in, they put the new end caps, because they want to feature something. So, yeah, I understand why they do it, but it gets a little confusing sometimes, especially when you're short on time. I can just run to Walmart. It's going to take me long. But then when they change the whole store around, it gets a little confusing. But, hey, what are you going to do? All right, folks, we're talking about some more great stuff here. Best-selling toy. I was watching Pawn Stars. Love that with Rick and his kid and Chumley and all that. From Las Vegas, the gold pawn shop, Pawn Stars. So, and then during the commercials, they come up with different questions, and then it's a multiple choice and you get a chance to pick which one it is. But best selling toy of all time. Now, growing up, you're going to remember these three toys. Our generation and older are going to remember. Some of the younger people might not remember. Well, they'll remember some of them, of course. But here's the top three. And you have to take a pick, all right? Top three best-selling toys of all time. Was it Barbie? Was it the Rubik's Cube? Or was it a yo-yo? Now, as a kid, I had a Rubik's Cube. I had a yo-yo. I didn't have a Barbie. But a lot of women had Barbies, and they had Kens. So it's interesting to see. I always thought the biggest selling one was either a yo-yo. But no, it's not a yo-yo. Danny Ramonde, my friend, how you doing from the Main Event Band? We'll see you next Thursday at Venutis and next Saturday at Bellagio. Danny Ramonde. Erica, no, not Lego. The multiple choice is, and Erica's in Florida, I think, so hope you're having fun out there, hon. Barbie, Rubik's Cube, or yo-yo? And the answer is Rubik's Cube. Rubik's Cube started in 1974. When they first got it, it took 1 month to solve it, and it was actually made or invented by Iro Rubik. It sold with 350 million Rubik's Cube worldwide. 350. So the excuse me, one more time. Rubik's Cube is the biggest selling toy of all time compared to the yo-yo and Barbie. Very, very interesting stuff here, folks. 1775, the Civil War, they fought for high taxes. And that was only 2%. That war was because the taxes went up 2%. We are in 2024. We're up 40%. History is repeating itself. Think about that. Back then, it was just 2% in 1775, and people were flipping out. Now it's 40% in 2024. So a lot of craziness in this nutty world, folks. As we are getting older, I didn't realize, when you get to a certain age, you get the discounts. Oh, you get 65. And actually, some of them start at 55, and then the big ones are at 65. Everybody has a senior night or senior day or a senior thing. And I didn't realize all these places that I'm going to name to you guys have senior discounts. Bona Beef has a senior discount drink for seniors, 55 and up. There you go. McDonald's, free coffee for seniors. But here's the thing. You have to let them know you're a senior. They're not going to just say, hey, here's your free drink or here's your discount. You have to say, hey, I'm a senior and today is Tuesday. Where's my free coffee? So this is McDonald's gives you free coffee if you're a senior. Sonic's give you Sonic Burgers has a discount. Wendy's has a discount day. Goodwill on Tuesdays give you 15% off if you're a senior. 15% off of Goodwill if you're down there, as it is. Tony's Finer Foods gives you 10% off as a senior. Pretty cool. Ross Clothing Store on Tuesdays, it's senior discount day. So look at that. You should be writing some of this down, folks. Walgreens, the first Tuesday of every month, you get 20% off seniors. The first Tuesday of every month. That's Walgreens. Very, very cool. Outback Steakhouse has a senior special. Very cool. IHOP has the senior specials. Valley's Food Stores, 10% off on groceries on Tuesdays for seniors. Very, very cool, man. So there's a lot of senior things. But remember, you have to tell them, hey, I'm a senior and I get your discounts. Hey, Kim Peterson LeFew from In Session in the house. Make sure you see Kimmy. So those are the places that have senior specials. And I never realized they did. I mean, Bona Beef, I didn't know they had a senior drink. And free coffee for seniors at McDonald's. But you have to let them know that you are a senior. And, I think it's 55 and up or 65 is but some of them are 55, some of them are 65. Pretty cool thing for seniors and these discounts these days because it's nuts, right? It's crazy, all the shit that's going out there. So anything can save you if you get a chance to do it. Hey, if you're in the Gladstone Park area, ladies and gentlemen, the Chicago Northwest Side, it's about time. The carnival is coming to Milwaukee Avenue in September as part of the annual Throwback Music Fest on the Chicago Northwest Side. So check that out. It should be a lot of fun. They're bringing back more carnivals and stuff like that. I remember seeing some of these great carnivals as a kid. It used to be great. Imagine I remember going to Kittyland because we used to live right down the street. My mother still lives right down the street from the old Kittyland. And so I love when they have the old carnivals and stuff like that. The carnies are working and you smell the peanuts and you get those hot dogs and get that great food and stuff like that. But I love these old I love them. So I think it's very, very important. All right, let's get some usual facts here. Thank you, Richard Hamlin, for sending this in. A guy named Francisco Lenti had 3 legs, 4 feet, 6 toes, and 2 sets of functioning male genitals. He worked for the circus and lived for 77 years. It's one of those freak shows that they used to call them. You can't call them that anymore if you even have them anymore. But the freak shows, think about this. He has 3 legs. He had 4 feet. He had 16 toes and 2 sets of functioning male genitals. Where do you see that? Yeah, see? Who knows? Oh, there you go, Albert. T-Mobile has a senior plan, too, at 55. Sandra Argento, how you doing, my dear friend? And Vince Ramondi. What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Love, love, love this kind of stuff. If you're into The Office, I know our son Joey loved The Office, the TV show that was early 2000s. They got a big reboot coming in. It should be kind of interesting if you love that TV show, but they're not going to show it in NBC. So be looking out for people who used to love the TV show, The Office. Felix Greco, what's up, Felix? How you doing, buddy? All right, WGN. Good story here. Saturday marked the 150th run of the Kentucky Derby at Churchill Downs. It also marked the opening leg of the Triple Crown races, which was followed by the Preakness Stakes and the Belmont Stakes. It's funny at we were talking about how much these jockeys make. I guess when the first horse comes in, it's like 3 point something million. And then the jockey makes like a 10%. So second place is like $1 million. But then the jockey makes about $310,000 if he wins. Not bad for what? How long is that race? Yeah. Yeah, man, there's a lot of training into that. Yolanda, how you doing, my friend? Lake Geneva Dennis in the house. What's up, buddy? Yeah, so interesting stuff. And again, all these stories keep coming up. Oh, I can't, I was trying to talk to my friend Jack and Mitch yesterday when we did Big Sammy's in Plainfield. Great crowd, great night. It was a lot of fun. And just talking about the old school days and old things that, you used to go out for liquid lunches. Remember those days where if you worked in the office, you went to a restaurant and you might have had like 1 or 2 cocktails, before you went back to work. Of course you can't. I mean, I don't know if people are still doing that. They probably get really in trouble if they are, or people might be doing it while they're from home now. You can have something to drink as long as you're paying attention and doing your job. I guess a lot of people are doing it. The General, buddy. Yes, I'll see you tonight, my buddy. The bodies of two female and 2 male babies were discovered in Boston freezer back in November of 2022. No charges has ever been caught up on that case. It almost makes you wonder sometimes when they come up with these trials and stuff like that, who you know. It's all who you know. That's all how that's the way it is. Imagine if they did away with the drivers and the jockeys. They'd be fairer races. Well, I think, to be honest with you, Albert, and I don't know this for a fact, but it makes you wonder if some of those things are rigged. If the any one horse can just pull back just enough, I don't know. I think sports in general, I don't know. I think football is getting worse and worse by these referees, the way they're calling some of these plays. It's like if they want that certain big team in the playoffs, you know what I mean? Like when baseball doesn't want they don't want a small town, small cities against small cities in the World Series. They want a Philly. They want Boston. They want Chicago. They want New York. They want them in the World Series because that's where the money is. So I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Angela, welcome to Ocean's Pit, my dear. And the higher stakes, they're a little fairer. Yeah, that's true. As it gets a little bit more the money wise, absolutely. But then you never know. Look at this. There's another thing in Fox News. Team Penske has suspended 4 of its key staff members ahead of the 108th running of the Indianapolis 500. The staffers were punished for their involvement in the manipulation of the push-to-pass systems. Another more cheating, more people trying to get around everything. It just can't be a fair thing, fair job, fair anything. Everything's got to get that upper hand. That's why you never know anymore, man, especially when it comes to sports. So, hey, it's Friday, May 10th. The joke of the day, what kind of lights did Noah have on the ark? Floodlights. Oh, boy, you knew that one. I was holding that one for a whole week, throwing it out to you, folks. Brookfield Zoo, Lincoln Park Zoo. I love the zoos. I even go by myself. I go down, relax, get some popcorn, get a cocktail, sit down, watch the animals. I love it. But sometimes you got to watch out, especially when parents take the kids to the zoo. Oh, look at the monkey. And, they're throwing shit at each other and stuff, and the elephant and all this. How about this site? ABC News, a brown bear shocked the kids and the adult visitors alike when she dived. This is a bear, a brown bear dived into the water, their pool that they have in their cages, and devoured several ducklings in their habitat. So here's the ducks swimming in that little pool they're flying in, and the bear just jumped in, ate them right in front of them. Imagine the sight of those kids, screaming and yelling. That would freak me out, and I'm an adult. Even crooked empires couldn't help the White Sox. Good point, Craig Olson Hey, we got 2 members of In Sessions watching today. Craig Olson on bass and Kim Peterson with you, vocalist. Go check them out. Jeanette, I never knew you had tattoos. Ron is having a good time in Italy with all the great Italian food. Yeah, Ron's celebrating his birthday in Italy. We're talking about Ron Onesti having a great time. I have 3 tattoos. Yeah, I mean, we talked about that yesterday. Yeah, so there you go. You learn something new every day, right, Jeanette? How you doing? Okay, so that could be shocking. You're at the zoo and this bear just, and then every time we were just talking about the Kentucky Derby and horse races. Every time, always after a race, Helen Tenuta, what's up, my dear friend? After a race, they always report the death of horses. Always, every race. 3 horses have died since the Derby. It's pretty sad and selfish when humans do this to innocent animals. Now, I know there's the fight between the animals or got hurt and they can't suffer, so you want to put them out of their misery. But then I don't know what they're shooting into these horses. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know anything about that stuff. But it's just every time there's a big race, there's a couple of horses that die. It's sad. Because horses are very, 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 very smart animals. They remember if you were nice to them. Those horses remember. So when they see you again, they remember this is a good soul. Very interesting. Are you guys heading out to Las Vegas soon? You know, you got Memorial Day weekend coming up. Maybe you're taking that trip. How about the all-you-can-eat buffet at the Palms in Las Vegas, folks? Think about this. $65 seafood, all you can eat at the Palms Hotel in Las Vegas, Nev. I don't know about these buffets. Yeah, you know, sometimes you see one guy standing there just eating, right? It doesn't even, I mean, any mound of food they put on these plates. You know, it's an all you can eat. It's a buffet. So you can pick up a food, you can put something on, you can go back to your table, eat it, and then get up and go back for seconds or thirds. I mean, if that's what you do. But there's some people that just put this stuff on a plate like this, like they're going to jail, like they're going to the, you know, it's like their last meal before they're going to the electric chair. Some people just, I just got to have it. And they fill the, what's wrong with you people? I was in line with a lady and she just kept pouring this stuff. I go, why don't you just pull up a chair and sit down? I know it sounded rude, but here we are waiting. There's a line of people, and she just keeps mounting potatoes and stuff on her plate. So it just kept growing and growing. It's like, it's all you can eat. Fill up, go sit down, and come back again. You know, we're waiting to eat. We're all in line. Richard Hamlin, how you doing? It's all about, yeah, there you go. How much can you put down into your throat, into your stomach? You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. It's Friday, May 10th. Patrice, former Chicago Honey Bear, I like what she said. Your local possums. My mother, still to this day, since she lives right across the street from Evans Field, the Forest Preserve in Elmwood Park, and she sits in the driveway, and she'll have a cigarette every now and then, and she's got her broom ready to whack people or animals. Fox, squirrel, bird, possum, anything that comes, coyote, anything comes up in that driveway, she hits it with the broom. But one thing we don't know about possums, and I didn't even know this, you know how much I love animals. I'm your nature's pet control and cleanup crew. That's a possum. So remember next time you see the possums here. I'm naturally humane to rabies. Just one of me eats up to 5,000 ticks per year. I can't catch or carry Lyme disease. And I also eat insects, spiders, small rodents, and dead stuff. So next time you see that possum, don't push him away. Don't hit him with a broom like my mom does. Let them do it. They're cleaning up the place. They're doing well. Same at Costco samples. Some should just pull up a chair, right, Craig? Mary Grievous, there she is, Mary. Of course, we mentioned Mary about real estate. Also, the Chicago Music Cruise 2025. Yeah, so, yeah, that's it. Jill, how you doing? Everyone, we're still in the Gulf Shores on vacation. Well, I hope you guys are all having fun. And, you know, we were talking about a vacation. We mentioned it again, and we're going to mention it again. I'll mention it again. We're talking about Chicago Music Cruise 2025. You guys, if you haven't been on a cruise, this might be a chance to jump on one because it's going to be great. First of all, Florida, Coco Key, Bahamas, Aruba, Curacao. It's great. The Royal Caribbean's a very respectable cruise line. It's been in business many, many years. The Oasis of the Seas, a beautiful ship. Hillbilly Rock Stars, a #1 country band. Mojo's Jukebox, Tony Ocean, the main event band, Seventh Heaven, you can't beat it. March 22nd to March 30th, 2025, $250 per person will lock down your bed, your room. $500 will lock it down. There it is. As we speak again, Mary's right on it, giving you all the information there. ChicagoMusicCruise.com. Tell them Tony O sent ya. Daryl Armenstadt will see you tomorrow night at the Whitetail Inn in beautiful St. Germain, Wisconsin. Yeah, let's get to some more stuff. So next time you see the possum, don't go be hitting it. It does a lot of good. All right, now, payola was something you might be familiar with, you might not. Back in the 50s and the 60s, when these artists would come out, the managers, the agents, whoever it was that was handling these stars would pay the DJs tons of money to play this song. Bobby Darin, Splish Splash, or whatever it was, Don Cachet, or Fats Domino, or any Elvis Presley. Any of those bands back then, it was called payola, and it ran for many, many years until, of course, they got in trouble. And that's what would make these number one hits. Some of them were good songs. Some of them weren't that great of songs, but they have a young star that they want to push to the top, whether it was in the 70s with the Teeny Boppers, whether it was in the 50s or the 60s during the British invasion. All of these, of course, people were buying these records, but sometimes they would get an extra push more than other songs because they wanted, because they're getting, the DJs are getting the money. Perfect example what's going on right now in 2024, ladies and gentlemen, with Jay-Z. It just come out, it's bullshit, but this is it. Jay-Z paid more than $20 million to country radio stations to play Beyonce's songs so she topped the Billboard country charts. Now, there's a lot of stories about Beyonce and these country artists, these old country artists saying it's bullshit, stick in your lane and all that stuff. I don't know if that's all true. The Kid Rock thing, I don't know if it's all true. And I don't blame if somebody wants to try something new. Dolly Parton made a rock and roll record. Pat Boone made a heavy metal record. Shania Twain, if you remember, she was country, then she turned pop. So I don't care if anybody wants to try to reinvent yourself. But when you got money like Beyonce and Jay-Z does, now I've not heard the country song. Some people say it's okay. You know, you got to give her a shot for doing it. But $20 million went to these radio stations, some sort of way, whether they went to the DJ or maybe a fund, one of the some charity that these radio stations belong to or something, whatever it was. $20 million can get you a lot of play on radio. And people think the payola thing is probably done. I think it's still going on to some degree. There's got to be just a legal way of doing it now without getting caught, without getting in trouble. There's a certain way to do it. And Jay-Z, for his lovely wife, Beyonce, who's talented, she's talented, but trying the country charts, $20 million. Interesting stuff. Stormy Daniels sang a lot. Yeah, she sang a lot too, didn't she, Dennis? Absolutely. All right, I had the slowest, rudest, and the nastiest cashier today. I'm done using self-checkout. Oh, sometimes you ding, ding, you put in the basket. Ding, ding, it is not in the basket. Ding, ding, put in the basket. And then when you have to buy an apple, and how many apples? One apple. Ting, ting. It's like, because you didn't put it in the right bag, you didn't put it in the right section, that thing is ting, and then the red light comes on, and then the whole staff, like 9 employees come at you like you're robbing the joint because you didn't scan the one pineapple or the one, Ding, 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 ding. Oh, it drives me crazy, these just self-checkouts. Driving me nuts. All right. I like this. I guess I'm an old school relic because I'm old school. I really am. But when it comes to ladies' fashions, I'm still in the mindset of using my imagination to see ladies 99% naked in public is not appealing to me at all. It's not. People say, oh, look what she's wearing. I don't care. I rather, it's the imagination You want to see them in a nice outfit and think about, you know what I mean? You see now these people that they're coming out now. I mean, I don't get it. The younger generation, some of them, when they come out in the summertime, they got the mini skirts. They got nothing here. There's nothing. I mean, they're just out like nothing. And then they get mad at it when you stare at them. I rather just do the dressed up imagination. That's what it's about. I'm just old school with that stuff. Go to the beach. There you go. Yeah. Or go on that nude pool, that nude cruise that they're going to be coming out with now. Michelle, how you doing, honey? Hope you're having a great weekend. You're watching Ocean's Pit here. And Beer Burden Bud Light sales still suffering in the U.S. after Dylan's little problem that they had. Good. Keep it away. You're old enough to remember hot pants. There you go. Jamel X. Well, I'm going to be 62, so in the 70s, the hot pants were there, right? So I was like still young, but kind of freaked out. I used to see them sometimes when we'd go down on Mannheim Road and you see the prostitutes walking around. They had these hot pants on. We didn't know they were prostitutes at the time when you were young. But then, as you got older, you realized the fashion that they had. Then you used to watch all those 70s movies, cop movies, when you see these prostitutes and they had the mink coats and the hot pink hot pants. You know what I mean? Yeah, so like I'm saying, the imagination, and don't drink Bud Light. There you go. Now, all you musicians out there, bar owner, now the musicians know this, the singers know this, the DJs know this. But sometimes people don't think that your job that you're doing is your job. They think you're just doing it for fun. Now, some people do it part-time to make a little extra money. Some people like myself do it full-time. But here's something that you have to really consider when you're hiring a band or hiring a musician and even hiring a DJ. Now, think about this. Geneva Liquors in Lake Geneva stopped carrying Bud Light. There you go. Good for them. Frankie. Yeah, yes, don't drink Bud Light. There you go. Frankie Setta, singer in Chicago. There you go. Felix Greco's another singer here. A lot of people watching today. But this is what you guys would understand is hiring a musician. What do you think you're paying for? Someone to stand on stage and sing for a couple hours? What are you actually paying for? Someone standing on stage for a couple hours plus. Now listen to this list, and you all know it. Equipment and instruments, hours of rehearsal time, rehearsal space, transport to and from the venue, the amount of money spent on lessons, training to become a musician that they are, outfits for the event, promotion costs, website fees, GST to give to the tax man, phone and internet bills, spending on organizing the gig and telling others, social media, manager fees, agent fees, not to mention the payment also has to cover the food, roof over the musician's head, bills, car, that's every other living expenses. Still think what you're charging for a gig is too much? Now, there's two sides of that story. A lot of restaurants out there are going to hire you. If they hire you, because they're going to hire you for two reasons and two reasons only. Three reasons. A new place wants to get people in there, so they're going to go out and find entertainers, number one. Number two, they're going to find the ones that draw. Sometimes you even don't have to be that good sometimes. It's if you draw, if you're bringing people in. That's number two. But number three, also some restaurants, maybe they'll open for the first time, and they might not have a following already. So they're expecting the singer to come in and bring all your people, like you're the Pied Piper, and they're all going to come. Now, there's 50-50 of that. Some of the restaurants out there have their own following, so that helps you. That's good. But then the restaurant owners are hoping that you bring in someone new to the restaurant. So number two, that makes the restaurant happy, and also makes you look good because you're bringing in the people. So everybody wins like that. But there's a lot of I don't notice the restaurants like that I work at, but I've heard from other people, other entertainers, that the restaurant owner, when he sits there and they look at you and you try to go in there and ask for a job to work there, they go, well, how many people are going to bring in? Now, I don't know. I haven't heard something like that from me personally, but I know that's been happening out there. So you have to go out and promote. You have to go out on social media. You have to pick up a phone and say, hey, here's where I'm playing, or whatever it takes to get people in that door. And then when they get in that door, buy something when you're at the restaurant. Buy a meal. Buy a drink. Do something. It's very hard on the restaurant as well. They have employees they have to pay too, so they have to make money too. When you walk in and sit there and drink water all day, all night, sometimes that's not good. Or if you're going to do that, and I hate this, I'm not going to pick on people that don't drink. I'm trying to say, if you have to remember, the waitress needs to make money too. She has a family, she has kids, or he has kids, whatever the hell it is. So even if you're drinking water, how about that 20% tip at least, or more? Think about that. You're taking the table, you're sitting there. If you're eating, that's great. You order a drink or whatever you ordered. But you have to remember, as long as I don't get arrested, I'll wear whatever I want. There you go, Greta. You do that. Good for you. Yeah. So this, well, thank you, Felix. But you have to also think of the waiter and the waitress that are out there, and they have to put kids through school, what they're trying to do. So when you don't order something, it doesn't make the restaurant happy, and the poor lady and the guy, whatever it is, then they don't get a tip or a big enough tip. That's how they make their money. You know what I mean? Oh, and then some places charge a cover charge. Some places, an entertainment fee. A lot of restaurants do that, and venues do that. And sometimes they have to do that because the person's not spending enough money or whatever it is. So everybody's happy. It works out evenly. It works out evenly that way. So sometimes you go, well, how come they're charging this? Well, with the inflation, everything, you have to. You have to. So don't be so hard on some of these restaurants when they're doing this. They're doing this so they can have entertainment. They can bring something different to your experience, to your restaurant that you might hang at, so that they bring in these entertainers and they do this. So meet them halfway. Something for you, you're going to do something for them. And hopefully that's how it all works out. And, that this way everybody's hopefully will be happy. Just a couple things out there from doing this for 31 years full time. You learn some things, and they're not always going to be successful. They're going to have better nights than other nights. And other things that the bars have to remember too, and the entertainers, summer's coming. You know what that means? That means that they're not going to be in that restaurant that much. They're going to be outside sitting on a patio. They're going to go to the free concerts in the park. They're going to go to the festivals. They're going to go on vacation. So it's always a little slower in the summer. And now if you're playing outside on a nice patio near the water, wow, bam. Or if you're playing outside at a restaurant, they have a nice patio, more people will come. So different times. Marty Malarkey from McCormick Place in the house. You're watching Ocean's Pit. Today I learned that ostriches, you know how much I love talking about animals. Ostriches often walk around and then forget where they're going. Today, I learned that my spirit animal may be an ostrich. Let's be honest. How many times I run upstairs, and you run upstairs, and you don't know why you're there? Or when you went to the store and you think you got everything, and then you remember what you didn't get the minute you walk back in the house. Happens all the time, and they call it a senior moment. I don't know about that. I think it happens to all of us. Maybe more if we're getting a little older. But you know how much I love talking these animal stuff. Here's something I never understood. Yeah, you go and you see animals, you see sometimes they're making noises, you figure they're talking to each other, right? Which they probably are. But goats, I never knew this. And you probably didn't either. Goats, think about this. They have accents. So you have to if you take two goats from different parts of the world and you put them together, they will not be able to understand each other. That's like in an Italian thing And this, some of you Italians might understand. If you come from Northern Italian, you have a certain dialect. If you come from Southern Italian, you have a different. And when you talk to each other, you won't even know what they're saying to each other. But you think because you're both Italian, you're going to know that. That's not necessarily true. Me, being the idiot that I was in high school, I took Italian, figured out, hey, I speak it, read it, and write it. I will pass like flying colors. I'm Northern Italian. They were teaching the Southern dialect. I had to learn the whole language all over again. Some of these words, I had no clue what they were saying. And sometimes when they talk, you have no clue what they're saying. So think about those two goats. I have no clue. Appreciate the words you shared, and 2 months in and truly soaking things up in sponge right now. Well, thank you, Frankie. I wish you the best, buddy. We're all a bit of ostriches mentally at times. That's the truth, Albert. And it doesn't have to mean because we're older. It happens all the time to people. Quote of the day. Quote of the day. Talent might have, this is what I love, guys. Talent might make you good, but your attitude and your work ethic, it will make you great. And look, I can really get down to this with him because I've had my ups and I've had my downs because it's just the way you approach sometimes, and I still get hit every now and then. You're watching Ocean Spit, little show about big things. It is Friday, May 10th. You know what that means? It's birthdays. First of all, happy birthday to my dear friend, Paula Doty, the lovely wife of Carl Doty. Paula, happy birthday, my dear friend. Tom Peterson, 75 years old, bass player for the band from Rockford, Cheap Trick, celebrating a birthday. You got to love it, folks. Very cool. Salma Hayek, 56 years old. Jimmy Walker, the kid, Dynamite, turned 75 years old. Bridget Nielsen, remember her in the Rocky movie? I think she used to go out with Sylvester Stallone, 59 years old. Darren McGavin, one of my favorites from A Christmas Story, but better known as Kolchak from The Night Stalker, celebrating a birthday. Orson Welles would have been 109 years old. Robert Hage, better known as Epstein on Welcome Back, Kotter, celebrating a birthday. Toady Fields, comic, Beethoven's ninth, 200 years old. More useless information. Beethoven's ninth symphony, 200 years old. My good friend Hanson, Connery, Murphy, out there, Hanson. Happy birthday, my good friend. Great actor Gary Oldman, 66. You might remember him as Sid Vicious in a movie or Commissioner Gordon in the Batman movies. I'm not even going to pronounce. I always screw up this guy's name. Jake Gyllenhaal, him and his sister. Can't pronounce the last name. 42 years old. Former San Francisco 49ers football, Ronnie Lott, celebrating a birthday. Billy Joel yesterday turned 75 years old. Tom Selleck is Magnum PI, 79 years old. Karen Germanis, my good friend from grade school, Elmwood Park, celebrating a birthday. And John Turturro, a great actor, love him, from New York City. This is Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Other shows coming up, folks. Next Wednesday will be at Chandler's in Schaumburg for the Buddy Foundation, which is another dog foundation, pet foundation that I'll be the MC at. Me and Jerry Jams. That's next Wednesday on the 15th. Next Thursday, the Main Event Band will be at Venuti's in Addison. That's the 17th. The 18th will be at Bellagio Saturday in Roselle with the Main Event Band. And the 19th will be at Club Arcada Speakeasy in St. Charles for Rat Pack Sunday, folks. And let's not forget November 13th, Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones and Ocean's Rat Pack will be at the Tivoli Theater in Downers Grove. That's going to be a great show on the 13th of November. Also, folks, for Memorial Day weekend, we're going to be in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, Lake Como, the Thirsty Parrot. That's right, from 1 to 5. That's going to be the Sunday, the 26th of of May. And the 25th will be at Taverna on Division in Melrose Park. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then, of course, we've already booked New Year's Eve, folks. That's right. Ocean's Rat Pack, Bill Saratella, Elliot Winbush, Jerry Jams, yours truly, and the Tony Ocean Main Event Band. We're going to be at Moretti's, Bartlett, Rustic Charm, the old Cadillac Ranch. TBA, we're going to give you some surprises, some big prices for New Year's Eve, Bartlett. We're staying local this year, so that's going to be very cool. In a couple more days, me and Laura are going to be grandparents. We can't wait for Nina and Eric. Of course, our daughter Nina is right about to have a baby. We can't wait to be grandparents for the very, very first time. It is, we got a couple more minutes left, folks. Tonight, Chicago Prime Steakhouse, 8 o'clock in Schaumburg with Tony Toto. And tomorrow will be at the Whitetail Inn in St. Germain, Wisconsin. Thank you, folks. And then Sunday, we hired a guide. We're going fishing on the water, baby. We're going to bring some big fish this time. Absolutely. Dennis, the city of Lake Geneva screwed up by not booking you because they are the biggest crowd I've ever had. Well, thank you. I've been there 10 years, so we're going to come back next year. But thank you, Dennis. Well, I'm sure it is. I'm looking forward to it, Jill. Thank you for your kind words. Okay, guys, think about this. Ever think of buying your old childhood home? I would not buy my childhood home in Cicero, Illinois. I wouldn't do it. But 44%, according to Fox News, Milwaukee, 44% of adults say they would buy their childhood home if they could afford it. I have no idea what my childhood home would be worth in Cicero. I have no clue. But I have no desire to buy that home. That's just me. WGN Morning News, Chicagoans don't take criticism well regarding their driving skills, but Forbes magazine lists Chicago as the 7th worst city for drivers. Or for traffic. I mean, that in California has got to be brutal. Brutal. Larry, what street were your home on? 22nd Street, 1624 or something, 22nd Street in Cicero, Larry. Cicero. That I remember. What do you know? And this is a great quote by the great important. Doesn't make a difference who's, but mistakes are part of the dues one pays for a full life. We're all going to make them. We're all going to make those mistakes, folks. I love that quote to live by. Sophia Loren. And as we're coming down, Jerry Seinfeld, never was a fan, never watched Seinfeld, but I did watch Curb Your Enthusiasm with Larry David. But I kudos to Jerry Seinfeld. Here it is. Jerry Seinfeld says the left destroyed comedy for their politically correct crap. Comedy has got like a duct tape on their mouth because they can't say shit anymore. Comedy legend Jerry Seinfeld torched the Democrats and political correctness crap for the death of comedy. I used to be, and this makes a lot of sense. Think about it. I used to be, you would go home at the end of the day, maybe you had a bad day. You'd go home and you'd watch a great TV show or a comic or something. It would make you laugh and smile. All in the Family, Jeffersons, or whatever you'd watch, the Dean Martin Celebrity Roast, or whatever you were watching, or even Seinfeld. And you can't say shit anymore. So when Jerry Seinfeld's pissed off, you know that they're screwing up with this politically correct stuff. I understand there's certain words and certain things you can't say, but now they're just stopping you from saying anything. And look, with these comics, it's horrible. They're putting a stop to everything, guys. And it's sad. It really is sad. It really is sad. All Italians out there, or anybody else in general, 61% of the audience prefer ravioli over gnocchi. And if it was my favorite, I'd pick the ravioli with meat sauce. That's me. Ravioli over gnocchi. Ravioli for me. I don't know about you guys, but I would take the ravioli. Utah is going to finally have a hockey team. Who knew? That's right. I think they might be called the Utah Cougars. So we'll see. Next year, Utah, the NHL will actually have a hockey team. All right, folks, we are coming to the end of the hour, and I want to thank you all for watching this week. I had a great week. I want to thank Carol Brandolino for Twisted Tuesdays. Carol, we'll see you next week. And thank you for coming out last night to Big Sammy's. I want to thank my co-host on Wednesday, Jerry Jams. Great job, buddy. I want to thank my lovely wife, Laura Ocean, yesterday. So we're trying to have a little fun, folks, changing some things around here on Ocean's Pit, and I hope what would Don Rickles do nowadays? Yeah, absolutely. Or Richard Pryor, or all these guys, George Carlin. What would they do? Good point, Ronnie B. Elvis. Guys, like I said, tonight will be at Chicago Prime. Tomorrow will be at the Whitetail Inn in St. Germain, Wisconsin. We want to thank you all for watching the show today. And we just, again, want to say happy Mother's Day to all you wonderful mothers out there. Mama D up in heaven, happy Mother's Day. And to my Mama C, I love you, Mom. And to all the other great moms out there, thank you. My wife, Laura, too, being a mother. Thank you for what all you guys do for us, you lovely moms out there. God bless you. Thank you so much. And guys, let's get right to Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Norwich, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, Warrenville, and now Mesa, Arizona. Download the Ace Rewards app. Easy way to keep track of your points, coupons, and special offers. Ace has been helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Guys, thank you so much. Buy local, shop local, support local establishments, and live entertainment. And remember the great words of Ringo Starr, peace and love. We really need that in our world right now. And whatever it needs to change, we should make that happen. God bless you all. Have an incredible weekend. Happy Mother's Day. God bless you, everybody. Nick Sahajas, take us out.
Oh, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Bye-bye, everybody. Have a good weekend.